today it's July 7th. I was reading Oswald Chambers in the topic, all efforts are worth and excellence are difficult. The one-liner that the name of the book came from, and the one-liner is, do we appreciate the miraculous salvation of Jesus Christ enough to be our utmost for his highest, our best for his glory? And so, of course, the book's name is Our Utmost for His Highest, and that's where it comes from. And, I've read this thing so many times since college. I started reading it because Dr. Henry Blackaby told me to get the book and read it. I've been reading it ever since UNC. And every time I get to this day, that just jumps out at me. Today, what jumped out at me was the verse that's in there after that, and that's Philippians 2:13. I'm going to read it from the Amplified. It says this: not in your own strength, for it is God who is all the while effectually at work in you, energizing and creating in you the power and desire both to will and to work for his good pleasure and satisfaction and delight. And really, to be honest, if you know the Westminster Greater Confession, we're here for God's pleasure, his worship, his pleasure and delight. And we enjoy him in the middle of it, but we're here for his enjoyment. That ending says in 2:13, his good pleasure and satisfaction and delight. Can you imagine God delighting in you? I want God to delight in me. I want to be my utmost for his highest and, my best for his glory. And now I recognize that's not in my ability. We can't do it in our strength. We can't bring God delight, satisfaction, good pleasure, and be utmost for his highest without him doing the work inside of us, energizing and creating in us the power and desire. So what does that mean? It means that this is from relationship. We have to go and be with him every single day. We need to stop and say, Lord, I'm not moving here until you speak to me today. We need to wait for him to talk to us. We need to listen to what he says. We need to write it down, and we need to treasure those words. We too often just go through our days and do whatever and tell God to follow us, and that's not going to make us our utmost for his highest, our best for his glory. We have to be in relationship with him, encountering him encountering us and refilling us. And then out from that, the side effect, the outflow is that he then starts to see us become who we're called to be and be our utmost for his highest. So it's a funny thing. We think that we can do great things for God and pay him back and say thank you for the cross, but we can't. All we can do is know him and, like little children, say, Can you let me hold the hammer? Can I hand you the nails? Can I be there as you're working and join you? Can I hammer too sometimes? And he could do it better himself, but he likes his kids being involved, and he's all about relationship. Folks, that's the core. It's not about the great works we do. It's about our great Father who wants to encounter us, and we're our best in the midst of him.